My impression of China before arriving here, that's
ancient.
Business-minded country.
Very interesting.
There wouldn't be a lot of exposure to the outside world.
People that all look the same.
There were so many people, the size of the country, the culture and the language were all just very intimidating.
Everybody would surround me, ask me questions.
Is that hair connected to your scalp? What do they do?
Can we touch it?
Why are you black?
Teacher Lisa's black because she didn't eat her vegetables, so you need to eat your vegetables.
He saw my arm, his arm, and he just puts them together. And
Rubbing on me to see if it comes off.
I learned the word for braids in Chinese during that trip because so many people, 看头的辫子，看，你觉得真的还是假的？
And she took the child and literally just put the child on my lap.
And then the next thing you know, the family was taking a photo. I was like,
it would be little things like this.
Have you ever tried to say something when you felt offended?
Why would I?
This is the first time I'm saying it on TV or anywhere where it's public. My nickname is China from home. So for me, China was already in my life before even I came to China.
No one spoke a word of English. And this was in 2010. So I actually had to have a physical map. There was no DD, there was no WeChat to message anyone. I've done a bit of research on Shanghai, watched videos. I don't know, maybe I've got like a fantasy in my head of Shanghai.
so after coming to China, I started experimenting with different colors in my hair, like purple and pink and gray and black, and people thought I was a walking anime character.
I was baking because I have an aggressive sweet tooth. And I would always crave like brownies and cookies that were not easy to find here.
The only thing is when you come to China, you understand that what we were eating is not Chinese food. It's something, something developed.
I love drinking and I love walking around. So naturally, I just wound up in the hutongs.
No one knows what I do here. No one knows where I'm really from. If I'm from an African country, if I'm from America, if I'm from the UK, or if I'm from Canada. But all they see is my skin color.
You've not really engaged with them, so they're really trying to understand, why is this person? Why is he a bit unique, you know?
I got married. My husband is Chinese, by the way. We had a beautiful son. I think it wasn't that hard for the father to accept until I was pregnant. And he came to ask me if my baby was gonna be black.
In the middle of the conversation, she's like, "Ah, 你们是哪位？你们是从哪里?" And so the first woman, she says, "Oh, 我是美国人." She's like, "Oh, okay, cool." The second woman says, "Oh, 我也是美国人." She's like, "Oh, okay." That's it. 我也是美国人。她说，不能，不可能，美国没有黑人。
The taxi drivers are amazing. You know, you get in the cab and then they ask you, so where are you from? And you're like, England, and they're like, England doesn't have black people. How? And I'm like, yes, I am British. Leave me alone. I just turned around and I said, hey, show me what you just recorded. And the guy first showed me his WeChat and I said, no, I saw that you were recording something. So he showed the video to me. It was a short clip because by the time, when I turned around, that's when he just started recording. Right? So I told him to delete that. Sometimes it doesn't become as easy because, I mean, I don't know Chinese.
You need to prove yourself, you know? I need to prove myself for what I can do or what I know.
I remember in my first month here, my manager pulled me to the side and said that, oh, the students or clients are complaining. They find the South African accents a bit difficult to understand. And I was like, what?
You know, at my last school, you know, the children that were always chosen to be on the posters were white or of lighter skin. But there were a diverse amount of children at that school, but they were never chosen for public campaigns.
Some people will just say, we're looking for a white person because white people are what sells here.
When we talk about white privilege, many people hear the word privilege and they're like, oh, money, wealth, getting the job. But that's not what white privilege is. It's being able to go about your daily tasks, your daily life without fear. Fear of discrimination or racism.
My son doesn't look much like me. He looks more like his father. So if I would walk with them, they would ask me, oh, are you the nanny? And I would say, no, unfortunately, I'm the mom.
Anyone who's followed any of the news of what's happening in the US, where you have the killing of George Floyd and the subsequent protests, and then the reminders of all the other acts of police brutality.
When you say African swine, what is it called? African flu or whatever it is called, swine flu, because it having a specific name is okay, but having a connotation or connotation of what it is and where it's from, it doesn't sound right. But you know, things are missed and people, it's the politics.
So I just feel that I had to focus on not being negative, basically, and realizing that there are 1.3 billion people and counting, and not everyone is that way. I had to draw from my experiences of when I traveled through China and the people that I met that literally warmed my heart and welcomed me. And I had to remind myself that, like, I can't generalize the entire population. And
when they go to other countries and they set up their communities, they're the minority, and they will be treated differently. And if they are educated before leaving and they know about what is out there, then I think that would actually help them where integrating into a new society is concerned.
Canada has become more multicultural and more diverse than it was in 1996.
They have Black people, they're Chinese people, they're, you know, Middle Eastern people. They're people from all over the world.
So because of that, I was very exposed to respecting others' culture, respecting others' beliefs.
I participated in a Black Lives Matter exhibition, online exhibition. So I had to do a painting. I think every initiative starts from you know, it starts from within you and then moves to another person.
I did take part in Africa Week, which for me plays a huge role in bridging the gap between China and Africa. I know it's more business related, but it was such a great way to meet a lot of people like yourselves, and to continue to build relationships with locals and other people from the international community.
So being Black in China, the experience, I think it's a bit of a privilege, actually, because I think it's an opportunity to educate people.
He had other values that I also have that are much more important than the way you look and the way you were raised or where you're from. Yes, and those values made that we still decided to get married.
I remember the first time I discovered a Black salon. I was ecstatic, out of this world. I think it was the beginning of me falling in love with Beijing. I felt like they cared about me.
Okay, so I'm about to read a poem that I wrote in July of 2020, and it was inspired by me being in a different environment, and that's China. I am my hair. I am the kinks and the curls on my scalp. I am the defiant texture requiring patience and love, water and coconut oil. In fact, I am the nose in the middle of my face. I am the lips that tell a sweet story of perseverance and success. I am the ears that listen to the words of a world crying for change. I am the eyes that have cried tears that have fallen to the ground to water the seeds of hope planted many years ago. I am the shoulders that have been there for many to lean on. I am the arms that have carried friends through trials they couldn't get up from. I am the hands that have held on to the dream and the hope for a better future for all through empowering our women. I am the stretch marks on my hips. I am the blemishes on my skin. I am the pimples on my face. I am the legs and feet that have only taken a few steps in the long journey that awaits. Look around. I am the sun on the horizon. I am the raging sea. I am the breeze blowing through your hair. I am the soil beneath your feet. I am everything God made me to be. So, I am my hair, and I am everything in the entire galaxy under the shining stars too.
And you can wrap your whole head with it and your hair doesn't have to show at all. Would you like to try it on? I thought maybe you'd be interested to see how it's done.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
My pleasure. Okay, so, are you okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, oh, you look great.
How do I look? I wonder how do I look.
Oh,
Oh, I actually quite like